From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and welcome to our Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. I'm Katie Looper. Our top story tonight. A North Pole man accused of starting a large outdoor fire has been indicted by a Fairbanks grand jury. 25-year-old Thomas Saunders was indicted on first-degree arson charges yesterday. He also faces misdemeanors including criminal mischief, pollution to land, air, and water, and hazardous substance release. Saunders is accused of starting the fire that burned out of control at the Durango Trail home. Multiple agencies, including the Division of Forestry and BLM, were called in to stop the fire before it spread to the nearby woods. Airplanes and helicopters were used to control the blaze, which continued to smolder for days after it was contained. Saunders will next appear in Fairbanks Superior Court. Governor Bill Walker declared a state disaster yesterday in response to flooding within the North Slope borough. This is the second such declaration the governor has issued in response to flooding on the Dalton Highway. But the geographic scope covered by this latest proclamation is wider. Record high temperatures accelerated spring snow melt in the Brooks Range. The high runoff overflowed the Sag, Cuparuck, and Colville rivers, causing flooding along portions of the Dalton Highway, Dead Horse Airport, and nearby facilities. The declaration will enable the Department of Transportation and public facilities to request Federal Highway Administration emergency funds and waive some state permitting requirements that could delay emergency protective measures. The Clear Air Force Station near Anderson will be seeing a major upgrade. The facility will set up with long-range radar primarily for the missile defense system. Environmental studies will be completed and the system is expected to start operating in 2020. Long-range discrimination radar can pinpoint incoming targets more accurately. The project price tag is about $940 million. The radar will be used with the missile defense system sites at Alaska's Fort Greely and also in California. Temperatures have continued to climb daily with record highs in the 80s forecast for this weekend, and this means the fire danger is also climbing each day. Red flag warnings have been flying in the interior and some small fires have been reported. The State Division of Forestry, along with the local fire departments, are voicing concerns the residents may not understand how serious a danger there is for wildfires over the next few days. One official stated that common sense and caution should be on everyone's mind this weekend to avoid a major crisis.
If you're going to barbecue, make sure you do something with your ashes. Don't just leave them in the barbecue grill and on a lawn, because that could lead to a fire. If you're going to be using firearms in any way, you know, be just aware that a ricochet could cause a spark that could start a fire. Four-wheelers, exhaust systems, lawnmowers, exhaust systems, anything with an exhaust system, if you're running in an area with grass, can start a fire.
Law enforcement officers across the state of Alaska are urging folks to use caution over the holiday. Alaska State Troopers will be increasing their patrols on the streets for Memorial Day weekend in an effort to keep the roadways safe for interior motorists. Troopers say they want the public to enjoy their weekend and outdoors in Alaska, but ask those who are drinking alcohol to make a plan for designated drivers. Also, due to the increased fire potential, troopers urged in a release that campers make sure to keep fires small and contained at least 15 feet from tents and other combustible materials. Troopers also plan to increase their patrols for seatbelt violations. Spokeswoman for the troopers, Megan Peters, says seatbelts are a simple and easy way to avoid serious injury or death in an accident.
The things we're also doing is extra click it or ticket enforcement, and that is if you're not wearing your seatbelt, you are subjected to being pulled over. It is a primary offense in the state of Alaska. The whole reason behind this is because we're trying to save lives on our roadways.
It was busy in the area of 20th and Turner today at the Fairbanks Memorial Hospice annual hospice plant sale. People with carts, wagons, baskets, and boxes were carrying out vegetables, perennials, annual hanging baskets, houseplants, trees, and shrubs. All donations received from the sale go into a designated fund for FMH Medical Hospice Service patients. Organizer Monty Landa said items left after the sale are not wasted.
Our flowers are going to go to the Wounded Warrior and the Veterans Memorials on Fort Wainwright. They have several gardens and they plant and they've asked for donations. So we donate all of our flowers to them. All of our vegetables are going to go to the Stone Soup Kitchen. They have started a new garden. I believe it's down by the fire station. And we will donate them. Nothing goes to waste.
And when we come back, it was opening day at Pioneer Park and locals gathered to enjoy the Saturday heat. Also today was a bacon festival and hundreds of people showed up to consume massive amounts of bacon and listen to some music. Those stories and more when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back. Bacon festivals are an opportunity for bacon lovers to unite in a celebration of all things bacon. Here's more on that. Fairbanks has a unique tie to bacon because just over 100 years ago, bacon saved our town.
In 1906, on May 22nd, there was a fire that devastated Fairbanks, and we had our first fire hydrants installed in Fairbanks. And when they deployed all the hoses at once, there wasn't enough pressure in the system, and it was an old boiler system. So they threw a bunch of bacon in there to make the fire burn hot, and that deployed the hoses, and they were able to put out the fire. So we're having a bacon festival.
And in celebration, firefighters battled each other in a few turn-of-the-century contests.
And we're coming to compete in the Bacon Festival. So we're going to have to throw bunker gear, we're going to have to do entanglement, musical chairs. But there's a lot of people going around. There's the two of us from university, there's a couple guys from Esther Fire Station, a couple from Chena Goldstream Volunteer Fire, and then there's like 7 or 8 guys from the city fire department. So it's going to be a good group of guys out.
Inside the tent, consumers were sampling bacon-tizers, handcrafted by local chefs and bacon connoisseurs.
We help get people rounded up, and so we've got some very good chefs from the community. And the whole intent and purpose of this is the history is to reflect on bacon, of how bacon actually saved Fairbanks' bacon in 1906.
Bacon enthusiasts were testing their consumption limits today. They were tasked with voting for their favorites in a competition comprised of 30 local chefs.
Well, for me, it's more about the beer. For her, it's more about the bacon.
The bacon, sweet and salty. Chocolate-covered bacon is the best.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot more of that combination in candies coming out now, and bacon M&Ms and Oreos. It's all a matter of time. You know how the old saying is, you had me at bacon.
The trick is to make it so it's not filthy and covering your face.
Is it? Am I okay?
Yeah.
Do I have a little bit?
Voters determined who will win the 2015 Bacon Festival trophy and a cash prize of $2,500. Festival Fairbanks organized this event and invited a band up from LA called Mowgli's, who has played on Jimmy Kimmel Live, The Tonight Show, and Conan. Reporting from the Bacon Festival in Fairbanks, this is Katie Looper. The sun was out as Pioneer Park celebrated its opening day this afternoon under beautiful summer weather. Local families came out to enjoy all the activities and entertainment the park has to offer. From the mini golf to the playgrounds and picnic patios, Fairbanksans savored the summer tradition of getting outdoors and soaking up the sun after a long winter.
Since you're in Alaska, this is a wonderful place to visit. The kids can play a lot. We love because the kids play and it's never too crowded. It's just fun. You know, there's a lot to do here. So I encourage you to come and have fun here.
Yeah, it used to be called Alaska Land. It's changed over the years, so I mean, it's been kind of cool. A lot of the same things are still here, but it's also grown and gotten a lot bigger. It's just a name. I mean, everything else is still the same, so I mean, it's all pretty much here for family and friends, so you can have a chance to come out and have a good time. So they've done a good job of keeping the park up and allowing people to still come and enjoy it. I mean, I think it's good to have people come out and enjoy some of the free festivities. It's definitely to kick off the summertime, and definitely if you're a veteran, you want to come out and enjoy some of the Memorial Day festivities as well.
With the unseasonably warm weather forecast for this holiday weekend, people need to be extra careful while they are out enjoying Alaska's waterways. Garrett Turner at KTUU, our sister station in Anchorage, talked with water safety specialists about how to avoid problems in and on the water.
Kelly, talk about life jacket fitting.
So it's really important that if you have 3 buckles, you got to buckle all the buckles or zip all the zippers. I used to think that was good enough, but you know what? If you pull up on the shoulders, it's actually going to be really loose.
It's loose.
So you definitely want to have it snug and comfortable. But you know what? Let's say you didn't know that. So 5 out of 6 boating fatalities in Alaska are a vessel capsized, swamping, or falling overboard. So let's pretend that we're in a boat and that's your cell phone.
I don't know if I like this.
Your cell phone just fell overboard. Oh no. And you know what?
I need that.
You better reach for it because you got to work. Oh no. All right. You got your cell phone. It is loose. And now you know what? You need help. So get your arms up and try to wave for help.
Still uncomfortable.
Not very good. And I can't really see you. So try to buckle up your life jacket. You know what? And also in cold water, you're gasping, you're hyperventilating, you're panicking. So really tough to feel your fingers at this point. You're going to be numb.
This is harder than it looks.
It is hard. So once he gets that on, try to give me the distress signal again and get your arms up as high as you can in the water. See if you can do that. There you go. A little bit better. You could make it a little bit tighter, but you know what? The most important thing is preparation, and if you had that life jacket on ahead of time and had it snug and comfortable, you could be actually dialing your cell phone to get help. Right. So you definitely want to be prepared.
Mike Fussell is coming up next with all your local sports action, including a look at today's track and field competition. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, sports fans. Mike Fussell here with your latest weekend action. And it's that time of the year again. High school athletes are nearing the end of their seasons with the state tournament in mind. And to get us started, track and field competitors battled it out at West Valley High School for the regional meet earlier today. Hutchinson was the hosting school, though. Our cameras were there to capture the action.
Today was the last stop for athletes with sights set on qualifying for states in Anchorage next weekend. Competitors from Delta, Hutch, Eielson, North Pole, Monroe, Lathrop, and West Valley were all on the track, vying to make it to the next level in their respective 4A and 3A competitions. Most field events took place on Friday night. West Valley thrower Ileana Cassiano will be moving on to the state tournament in discus, and she'll have company on the ride down to Anchorage. Fellow teammate Joaquin Martinez will also be throwing for the Wolfpack at states. Hutchison's Veronica Yanish finished on top in the girls' long jump. She PR'd on her second jump of the day, then did even better on her final jump with a distance of 15 feet and 9 3/4 inches. Yanish says she feels like she's peaking at the right time.
I was like thinking long jump all year long, all during basketball season. Long jump, long jump, long jump. And then I come out here and I PR. And especially up at regionals, to like get my PR at regionals, then I know that when I go to state next week, I'm going to get my PR there too.
In the race, the top finishers from each large and small school divisions are guaranteed a spot in the state tournament. The Monroe boys 4x800 relay team, consisting of Andrew Walter, Lucas Button, Jack Cook, and Garrett Grayheck, is advancing to the next level in 3A competition. The Rams traded the lead with Hutch throughout the relay, but ended up pulling ahead of the Hawks, finishing with a time of 9 minutes and 1 second, a personal record as well.
And we entered last week, we had a new PR in this team with a 9:13, and so we all were like, we got to get a huge lead. We just got to go hard out there. First event qualify for state, you know, and PR'd by 11 seconds the 9:01. That was great. Oh my gosh, the whole team worked so hard.
Yeah. The Lathrop girls 4x800 team broke the line first and will be competing in Anchorage. Lupa Oba, Zadie Bell, Autumn Fournier, and Allison Hebert make up that squad for the Malamutes. Other athletes who did not place first will have to wait until all regional tournaments are finished to learn their fate, as a number of other top performers from across Alaska will move on to the big stage, but don't have guaranteed placement yet.
And the West Valley Wolfpack soccer team took on the North Pole Patriots for the MAC Conference title Friday night. The first half of the Fairbanks Youth Soccer Association fields was relatively quiet as keepers kept opposing strikers at bay. But then, with less than a minute left to go in the half, West Valley's Braden DeWeese landed a shot and goal. That put the Wolfpack up 1-0 going into the break. West would keep the goals coming in the second half. In fact, they would score twice in the first 5 minutes. A solid defensive effort by the Pack shut out the Patriots. West Valley wins it 5-0 and clinches the MAC title in the process. The Wolfpack will now be headed to the state tournament next weekend in Anchorage. West Valley forward Braden DeWeese says the key to winning this conference matchup was playing as a team.
We definitely played more as a team. I think the message our coach is trying to give us today is play the ball, ping it around as a team. I think last game we played too direct, so I think this game we just slowed the ball down a little bit more and just played a little bit as a team and had the shots and opportunities.
Service High School was in town last night for some sporting action. They took on the West Valley Lady Wolfpack in a softball doubleheader. The Wolfpack kept up with the strong offensive skills of the Cougars in Game 1, but ultimately a number of errors made it hard to come out on top. West Valley would lose the first matchup 9-4. And in Game 2, the Cougars rode the momentum for another win, holding the pack to only several points. West Valley was able to get back into a better place defensively, but Service would take the win 7-2 and sweep the West girls. And the Lathrop Malamutes then hosted the Service in a non-conference doubleheader earlier today. The matchups all took place at the South Davis Fields, and in just about 2 weeks, it's possible teams will meet back in Fairbanks for the state tournament. That's on June 5th and 6th. For full results from today, check back on Monday for the weekend recap with Joe Cook. And that about brings us to the buzzer for sports tonight. Katie Looper is up next with your full weather forecast. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next weekend. Welcome back to our weekend edition. So, Katie, how are the temperatures looking for this upcoming Memorial Day weekend?
They're looking good. They're looking fabulous. Let's check them out. We have a normal high today of 64 degrees, a normal low of 41. Our record high got up to 82 today. That's the first time I've seen that, and a record low of 25 in 1918. Our sun rose at 4:02 this morning and sets at 11:38 this evening. Our daylight equals 19 hours and 36 minutes altogether. Now around the state today, partly sunny skies for Juneau and Ketchikan in the 60s. As for Anchorage, Kodiak, and Denali, they're experiencing rain showers around 50 degrees. But partly sunny skies in Nome at 51, cloudy skies in Barrow at 38, and as for the interior, Fairbanks is experiencing partly sunny skies at 85 degrees. Now for the lower 48 today. Partly sunny skies in Seattle at 61 degrees. Same with Las Vegas and Phoenix around 80 degrees. Yet rain showers in Minneapolis at 73, same with Dallas at 81. We're experiencing rain showers in New Orleans and Miami as well, around 90 degrees. And as for New York, 70 degrees with partly sunny skies. As for next week, we can expect rain and thunderstorms nearly all across the country, except for cooler temperatures in the Midwest, dry weather in the Texas area, and as we move over to the east, very warm weather for them. Now back in Alaska, starting with the North Slope, mostly sunny for Barrow and Fort Yukon, cloudy with scattered rain showers for Nome, 40 in Barrow, 51 in Nome, and 80 degrees in Fort Yukon. Now as for the interior, warm temperatures and good weather for Fairbanks, Healy, and Delta. Nice temperatures in the mid-40s for Fairbanks and Delta and 66 in Healy. Now as we move on down to our southeast portion, partly cloudy in Juneau and fog for Ketchikan, temperatures in the mid-60s. And as we move over to the west, we can see cloudy with a chance of rain in Bethel, rain in Valdez, and mostly cloudy in Cold Bay, temperatures all around 50 degrees. And lastly, for our south central region, rain showers at Valdez, mostly cloudy in Homer and Anchorage, and temperatures all around 50 degrees with 58 in Anchorage. Now, for tonight's forecast, 54 degrees, clear skies and cool temperatures, a great day to get out. And also for tomorrow's forecast, another great day, 74 degrees, sunny with high temperatures. Lastly, for our extended outlook, nice temperatures, 70 degrees all across the week with 45, 50 for our nightly temperatures. So we've pretty much just leveled out. We're pretty consistent.
That looks good. It was getting very warm today, so it's kind of nice to have a little mild. I was getting an unintentional suntan there. So do you have any plans for the Memorial Day?
I think I'm just going to do some barbecuing with the family. How about you?
Same. It's going to be the first time I get the grill going for the year, so.
Well, it's a perfect day to kick it off, right?
Exactly.
All right, well, that'll wrap up this Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News, and we're glad you could join us.
Join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or anytime online at webcenter11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night and a great Memorial Day weekend.